Welcome, RPG Limited fans, to the Final Fantasy Chaos Winter Carnival semi-final race between Deadpulse and Pickles and Beer. This is Game 2. Joining me in the booth, Luffy D, V on comms, Demon Frog on Restream, and Wildham doing our tracking. Luffy, what do you think of these parties?
It's funny. Good evening to you, Thavian, and everybody out there watching. We were talking in the race room, and I mentioned that someone had to maybe do something crazy. Pickles going crazy. I love it.
Yeah, he's just going straight with the Forced Thief, Forced Red Mage, taking no other party members as Deadpool's going with that Fighter and Black Mage, and I don't blame him for taking that Fighter.
Yeah, me neither. The fighters have some really good blessings. Let's talk real quick about this. So, fighter bonus plus 10 vitality, plus 10 strength. They're going to have all the HP, all the melee in the world. The malice minus 1 MDef per level, kind of a bummer, but if we find a ribbon or we find some good fighter gear, that can offset that okay. Thief bonus, equip shield, would set evade. Pretty really good. The Malice, though, no promotion spells, which is kind of a bit of a bummer. Red Mage bonus plus 2 level 1 MP and additional lock, and the Malice minus 10 hit. They're not going to be swinging anyway. And the Black Mage bonus hurt dragon, resist status, death, and ice at the expense of minus 4 max MP.
We just had a reroll. Pickles looks like he's picking up a Black Mage.
Yeah, not bad here. Shout out to our restreamer Demon Frog, who said I would still take a Black Mage, and he's probably right. The access to that kind of magic is something we're really, really going to want.
Very true, and one can always Dan that extra party member.
They can. I mean, I still think, like we were talking, this fighter seems to be the correct carry here on paper, but thieves have done the job before.
Very true. We've had multiple solo thief or two-man parties in this tournament do quite well.
That's right, Classic Gamer, on paper.
Didn't you know there's a new flag, Super Paper Final Fantasy?
Yeah. We're actually going to determine the winner of this by rock, paper, scissors at the end. We just didn't tell anybody yet.
Now, rock, paper, scissors or rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
Probably the shoot at the end. You got to have that extra pause.
We should be getting started about 10-15 minutes or seconds or so based on the clock.
I think that, we'll really see what this early game offers us. The Thief Forced, we're going to have to take one. I really like the fighter. I'm interested to see if we see Pickles smash that reroll one more time. I don't think he will, but we'll see. Maybe he's trying to peek at some level 1 magic or something too. I don't know.
Very true. I mean, the only thing I could imagine him re-rolling for is if he finds level 1 Fade and he kind of wants White Mage for extra cast. Pickles getting a little head start. We're just going to let that sync up, and then we'll get going as we see what the white magic has in store for us. Well, Fog and Exit, definitely solid to see. Fire 3, that is an excellent starting sweeper.
Yep, tier 3 sweeper and Exit, Red Mage, learnable right here. That's great utility early on in the game.
Pickles making sure to check at least the armor. Caps plus 4, not horrible. Nothing special there. Yeah. And the weapons, not that great, or at least nothing they can really afford at the moment. Deadpool's going straight out, not bothering to check with too many stores. He wants to get in and out of Toph ASAP. Pickles on his way out, having checked the item shop and seeing nothing super special and some pretty expensive houses.
Deadpulse giving us a peek at the first boxes here. A little bit of cash in the first one. A little bit of armor. Flame minus 1. That'll get us through the early game. Pretty really fine with this fighter with that plus strength.
He's not even taking the time to equip it. He's just going in and cast, kill.
Yeah, we don't need to worry about it in this fight, but it'll be fine to have.
Yeah, it looks like we have an armor caster item. I didn't catch what it was.
I think that was a black shirt.
Some boat from the king and some explosives from the princess. Pyromaniac princess confirmed.
Yep.
Now, would you make the long run to the dwarves, or are you just going to straight to Provoker from here?
I mean, there's something to be said for trying to find some kind of early divergence here. Maybe the seed's trying to tell us something. I've seen this play over the dwarfs be not a bad idea. With the ship, also, it's pretty quick, just parking at the dock. So we'll see.
It's also more reasonable because they have that first level exit. You can avoid the run back if you don't get the key or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And Deadpulse and Pickles both going straight to deal with some pirates. You've got the magic, use it, and then go check for other magic later.
And pick up a little bit of cash too. We're excessively light walking out of Temple of Fiends.
And that is the ruby. That gives us the Melman check right out if we get the canal, or the tequila. Pickles giving us some alcoholic beverages to a Titan. Don't know if that's the best thing or not, but
Might not be the best, but it's what we're getting right now. And bottle vendor item for sale here for about 3,300.
not over expensive, but also requires the floater even to be able to get to. So I'm sure the racers are noting it for later. That is Cure 4 and Life at level 2 white. That is excellent to see.
Yeah, that's also going to be great for that fighter if Deadpulse gets promotion.
And Ice 3 in black, so that is the most powerful of the elemental sweepers. You've got the fire to deal with the undead, and the ice to deal with just about everything else.
Yeah, that's a really nice array of magic there. Life, Cure 4 as well, like you said, some great overall spells.
So far, nothing too badly unavailable for that red mage, so if one of them decides to dan off the black mage and focus on a single caster, that's not a horrible option. And both racers are evidently going to check out some dwarves.
Yeah.
So far, in limited encounters, we're not seeing too much horrible from the overworld, but we still have plenty of race to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like Blizzard on Gerwolves.
Okay, and yep, they both got it. Okay.
That was 10 minutes ago. Now caster curse.
Wow. Okay.
It's not Nuke Spiders. We know Danny didn't roll this seed.
Yep. Ooh, Pickle's going back in to buy that wood armor. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's really bad armor shop to have that in and go back for. Hooray!
Very true. Deadpulse just tickling the dwarf and leaving.
Mm.
And getting the instrument from the lowly mine worker.
Yeah. We need that to finish, but it doesn't really help us right now.
Yeah, plus experience and gold gain at best.
Mm-hmm.
Deadpulse looks like he's going towards the waterway to go to Crescent, pick up that item there, instead of going down with what gold he has to check Elfland. I assume he's going to wait until he has to, just to avoid having to double dip that city, because getting to those level 4 magic especially takes a while. And poison in the rivers.
This is fun, isn't it? Okay.
There is danger in this overworld.
Yeah, and two very unassuming places.
Yeah, that's bagpipes out of the dwarves for Pickles. Needless to say, when they find a large number of tents, they might invest.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, we are sure Danny did not run this seed.
I rolled this one, so, blame me.
Said 22 gold tents, 30 picked up by Deadpulse.
Mm-hmm. Chainmail +5 there. That's some really good armor for the middle game and early game here.
Very true. And here is our divergence we were hoping for. Pickles going down to Marsh, whereas Deadpulse has gone to Crescent.
Yep.
The double meanings of the words are not lost on us, classless gamer.
Nuke level 6 there at Black Magic. A bit of a bummer, but I mean,
And that is the slab out of the Sages, which is the full Melman continent pack minus the rod, which may not even be necessary once these racers check the black orb in Toph to see what race or what they actually need to get.
Yeah, good point. I'm surprised neither one of them gone back there right away to check it out yet. They're probably waiting to see if they can find a key and maybe just dip in there to check the key locks as well for some better trap treasure.
It does take a little while to walk up there, so double dipping is preferably avoided.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the access to the outer sea.
Okay, so looking like marsh was required. Maybe not a hard required if we have that mystical floater in ice, but looks like it was at the very least probably necessary.
Well, needless to say, Pickles is not going to be going to ice anytime soon. He's got access to Titans, he's got access to Sarda and Cardia just for pickups, let alone dungeons to dive to get more.
Yep. Ordeals if we wanted is on the table as well. Waterfall if we, really want to go to Onrak that bad without the Oxyel. So Pickles has options.
And Deadpulse checking those magic. He found level 4 warp slot 3, so that is utilitarian and pro rings plus, or was that -4 or +4 there in Elfland armor?
It was very quick. I'm sure we'll see one of our runners pop in there one more time. We'll keep an eye for it.
Getting the drunk off his butt Titan out of the way and getting Blizzard to death for it.
Yikes. These Gerwolves are making, plays like Earth a little less encouraging, and some kind of poison as well out of the undead pack there. So Ice Cave looks terrible.
I have to agree. And now the question is, are these Gerwolves just reskinned Frost Wolves? Because that would be thematic, but they don't seem to be.
Mm-hmm.
Knocking out the Titan again. And getting out of there to save, I assume.
Hopefully. Mas Tequila, though, first.
Skipping on the save, just run straight down to Sarda's Cave.
Mm-hmm. And Grandpa says, hey, I got this rock. Go play. So we're going to take that and leave.
Yeah, it's definitely a good quick check right after leaving Melman, so not a bad time to find it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Blizzard on Deadpulse's side does not help him either. We will continue to see this for a little while longer.
Yep. Pickle's getting a boatload of money. And the herb. Hey, you know what? There's that routing you were talking about.
Right back into the Inner Sea for 2 very quick checks that could lead to other things in the Inner Sea that you'll be relatively close to. So, as I've always advocated, getting all of your quest items or quest chain items out of the way sooner than later helps with that grind and also makes it easier to determine where you need to go in the late game.
Agreed.
Deadpulse, knowing there's Grey Wolves out there that can Blizzard him, still going and finding some gold in these chests.
It's very uncomfortable having seen what we've seen early on, but the point is we've seen it early, so that's at least something.
Very true. Pickles has accumulated a good war chest. Heal 3 there in white, not really useful for them in level 5. Fast in level 5, that is a pickup immediately for that black mage at least. Unfortunately, that is red wizard locked, so that red mage will not be able to learn until promotion.
Yeah, but the good news for Pickles, though, if he decides to get rid of this black mage, which I don't think he will now, is that red mage, again, has access to all the good spells.
Pickles tickling the dwarf and picking up the floater. So, yep, Canal was necessary just to be able to get the floater in the first place. Now, this does work out for Pickles' routing because he had not gone to Crescent yet. So he's heading there. He's probably going to get his slab from the sages, and then anywhere's open to him.
Yep. This is pretty good by Pickles. He walked into the right way you want to go about this.
Har would the promo be locked? Well done.
While lock is promotion lock, the red mage did start with lock, so technically we already have it.
Looks like Pickles is picking up that wood armor. He's trying to get that set on. He's got the helm there. I think he's got the helm and the plate. I don't know if he's got the shield yet.
He does not yet.
seeing that nuke, getting it on that black mage. He's got the gold. Do it now.
Yeah, might as well. You don't want. This is one of those shops you also don't want to walk back to buy magic, like the Provoca Armor Shop, the Crescent Lake Magic Shop. You just don't want to do it.
Now, there's that chest that got so much money for Pickles. Also 25,000+ gold. I think there's a max gold chest.
Mm.
Well, floater in hand, got his slab. Pickles is going back to Provoca.
Yeah, interesting.
Getting that bottle.
Yeah, makes sense. He can do his slab translation here and then do his 2 airship checks right away if he wants to.
And from there, he's right in line to go to whichever place he wants. I mean, Ordeals on one side, Cardia or Waterfall on the other.
Mm-hmm.
This is an open world for Pickles now. He's got the airship.
Yep. Deadpulse pulling his floater as well, about 2.5 minutes or so behind Pickles. So we'll see what Pickles decides to do here.
Now, what do they get for smoking it out with the elves? The
Yeah,
Oxy Ale.
makes Waterfall slightly more appealing.
That said, we still don't even know if Waterfall is necessary.
True. Yeah, Restreamer Demon Frog there. Check the Black Orb now would be a good time to do it. I agree. Airship, you're going to sail that way anyway in the air. Well, fly, what have you. To go to Cardia, Ordeals, on rack, do your turn-ins. It makes a lot of sense.
Neither runner hurting for money at the moment, so I can only imagine they're really hoping to find the tail in one of these checks before going to Lefane, so they can pick up what magic they currently can't already have in that magic shop down there. But that is yet to come.
Oh, Pickle's showing us it was indeed Pro Rings +4.
Yeah, but also 12,000+ gold. These like 30 gold short for just one of them.
Yeah, we'll get money for that if we really want them. And there's some in the boxes out there if we start opening them. But it's good information.
And he did just complete that wood armor set, so that thief is at evade plus max.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the Gaia check coming up for Deadpulse, and Pickles checking the orb.
Wind, water, fire, no rod required.
No speed bump? Okay. But that does make the waterfall and sea shrine play totally doable. And that is the crown from that fairy.
Another turn-in item, so nothing yet that gives us, a direction other than what checks do we want to do.
At this point, the last chain items we can get are the key for that Canaria Castle lock and then the crystal, so very few options. They're obviously looking for the incentive vorpal, definitely the ribbon, in the case of that fighter on Deadpulse's side. There's a ribbon +5.
All right, yeah, that's something you're definitely going to walk out.
Level 7 or level 8 Brack. That's not going to be useful.
No, that's not so great.
Pickle's getting that crown. Gonna probably go down, check Lefane while he's here, and Deadpulse. Where would you go from here? Would you go ahead and do Waterfall and possibly see at this point it's a right shot over, or would you go check the Cardia Forest Island really fast?
Deadpulse is kind of, normalized this Cardia quick play without the tail, which is what I think he's going to go maybe do right now if he's not turning in that crown first.
Plenty of options from here. He's actually relatively close map-wise to a few other checks, so... that is the tail. He's just going to go right out, go down, lazy dragons.
Yep. That's ideal.
Now he's just going to curse the fact that he found this after going to Lefane, but either way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how good the armory is out of this horde. So far, nothing too... Ooh, opal -3. That's acceptable.
Yep. Yep, we're gonna wear that for sure.
Deadpulse about to find the same thing out, saving before landing, which is going to allow him just to reset out just like Deadpulse did. Say Pickle's about to find out, I should say. Deadpulse heading south. That's probably for the crown turn in, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually Toph check.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten here yet either, so this makes all the sense in the world for him as well. You'd want to turn that crown in before you just go ahead and just do something like ordeals or waterfall before you really have all the information you can possibly have.
Indeed. The only thing he could kick himself for is if he gets the key out of this turn in for the crown. He has to go, or he just didn't save as much time.
Mm-hmm.
But he'd probably check the Toph lock chest when he goes into Topher, perhaps, but we shall see. That is a Vorpal +2.
Okay, that's pretty respectable. Oh, and we have damage poison out of Astos.
That is one evil dark elf.
Okay.
And cure just to be annoying. Well, thankfully, there's life at level 2 on that red mage. You can pick up a few party members and just go from there.
Yeah, that's... Wow. Okay. Astos fighting back today.
I mean, someone had to because we're avoiding the speed bump.
Oh, Pickles.
Ooh, Pickles did not save before going in there. That's, well, he knows it's the Vorpal. He knows he has the choice.
You can put that off for now if he wants to go do something else.
Deadpool's stopping in Melman, picking up that fast on the red mage. It looks like he might just be keeping that... Oh, never mind. He's reviving it once he got the cast. But either way, having that extra fast caster is going to be huge for him. Pickles getting the order, getting the Quadex out, saying no more poisoning me. Now, interesting thing here is Pickles at level 9 across a 3-man party. Deadpulse is around 12.
Deadpulse's been taking more fights. With the extra, he's wanting to get levels on that fighter is what he's wanting to do.
Well, interesting divergence here as well. Deadpulse going to ice as Pickles goes to hit up Volcano.
I like this play by Pickles. We're going to have to do this dungeon either way. It gives us a few more checks here as well. So this is good.
Very true. And in finding a potential, that is power bonk immediately out of that first chest. That is like, yes, 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 yes.
Oh yeah, that's free. Oh, something had stoned something over there on Deadpulse's side. I see that Thief in slot 1 turned to stone.
Do they have many softs on hand? That's a good question.
Ooh, Barak says Dark Moon in chat. That's... Well, I mean, if we were playing bingo, double anti-bingo, we'd have seen 2 poison skills already in the first 20 minutes, so that's interesting.
And red dragon coming out of the armory trap tile. That's actually a grindable option, but I doubt he's going to take it.
Yeah, we can go down and take that on the Agama floor if we want for free. And looks like they were quad-exable, so less than 300 HP is nice.
I believe we just saw both an Opal and an Aegis Shield roll plus in that armory, which is kind of less useful at the moment. Because I doubt he wants the black the shield to be put on that thief or the ninja and lose its evasion.
Okay, chime out of ice means this was required. And hey, look, a dragon armor +3. So we have build your own ribbon for your knight here if Deadpulse checks the armory.
Which, unless he gets into hard go mode right before hitting Volcano, is a good possibility. Pickles saving the action time, using those cure spells to bring up his party to full before taking a few fights on this red dragon.
Yeah, we'll see what he decides to do here. If he's just gonna, see what kind of damage this ninja does with a swing.
And out of ice, Deadpulse is going towards the on-rack continent. Gonna check out the waterfall and maybe try and deal with the Kraken.
Yep. So we have some true divergence here by our runners going in some different directions. Both of them in separate dungeons, both of them on separate continents. This is 20 plus minutes in, our first real divergence here.
This could be truly telling. Now, does Ice Cave have anything truly devastating in it?
Mm-hmm.
Or waterfall, I should say.
We'll see. We've seen a lot of the nasty early, but again, early.
That's a fairly long run. I haven't been paying much attention to the encounter table. I've just been seeing encounters killing them, so...
Mm-hmm. Pickles, look like he stopped at level 13 or 14 there. That should be enough for this ninja to get enough bonks off and do the damage against carry here. And then we might be seeing solo strats here pretty soon.
It looks like a black mage behind there. I doubt he's going to be picking that up. I mean, what would he use for? He's using the current black mage as a meat shield more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, FFR randomizer special for Deadpulse, getting rid of all but one before running away.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Carrie has poison as well. Oh boy.
What have you given them?
I don't know. I'm starting to feel a little bad though. Just a little bit.
That is the key for Deadpulse. That is an excellent find. That puts him a cube away from go mode.
Oh my god, thunder as well.
Down to pot strats to keep that dodgy ninja alive. Potentially
Quadex. Oh wow, Kelly's got a lot of HP.
He might be regretting using those Cure 4 spells early to get his party back up.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's a lot of HP. Turn order, please. 3 hits, 451. Down goes Carrie, the ninja on one knee.
That is a clinch moment. And that's a clinch moment outside of Topher. I'm used to seeing that with the fast dives at sub 30 levels kind of parties, but that was a first fiend fight of the race.
Yeah, see, Pickles goes the heck with this and moves all the wood armor off of that ninja and puts real armor on that. And here we go. We're going back for that red dragon. I'm kind of a little nervous for Pickles that he did not step on the orb before he's doing this. But with the ribbon, it's probably fine.
This is a play that he feels he needs to make. It looks like he's also... Oh.
Yeah, he's going back to the free square right here. This is a free encounter.
He feels he needs to do something. And he's got a sword that's going to crit that red dragon. He's got enough swings. He can make it work.
Yeah. 2 hits, 219 on that first swing. So somewhere between 219 and 300 is this red dragon. So we should be one-turning it pretty soon once we get a couple additional hits in here. So this should not take that much time at all. Pickle's just going to take this ninja to the moon.
And Deadpulse getting yet more good armor for his knight. That's an opal helm that rolled up.
Mm-hmm. That knight with the dragon armor will have an Aegis shield and now an opal helmet, and will have the power bonk as well. So a knight that is completely kitted out.
No need for the ribbon with that kind of gear.
Mm-hmm.
So
the opal even adds that nice little wrinkle of lightning resist.
Deadpulse done with his searching. He's going straight down to deal with Kraken as Pickles is getting his grind on, getting up over to 23 now, and that is quite fast. He went to 18 when he started only a minute and a half ago.
Yep, this is 7,800 experience per fight. Pretty really good here. This is really in that real nice zone between 6k and 10k that you like to see for a single target fight. This is really good.
That looks like a thief behind the Kraken, so nothing to take there.
Nope.
8 hits for 140 some damage. Coming out light 3, 204, and Kraken one shots the red mage for
Yeah.
400.
Okay.
Okay. And fire 2, so that's a boiling Kraken at the same time. Yeah, picking up the heal pots and the fast on that night, and slow just to mess with them,
Mm.
because that hit 2.
Oh boy.
We have not seen an easy fight out of these 2 fiends that we've seen first. And Pickles, with the levels he should be getting out of this, will have a potentially better time, but that's lit 2 now. So fire 2, lit 2, and slow just to mess with people, and can still punch for 400 plus damage. But it was a little thin, so Deadpulse actually getting through Kraken and getting those levels on a character that he actually wants to have the levels on.
Pickle stopped at 28. He got 29 on one more red dragon on the way out here. So Pickles found his sweet spot.
He got the hits that he needs, and he's feeling confident. I don't blame him for getting out sooner. There's a lot of seed left to go to try and get more experience. He could always find a better grind. Does not want to overcommit to that one grind when he's only 1 orb done into this seed.
Moving back the wood armor here. So we got our levels. We're comfortable here. We're just going to bring the rest of the party back up.
And Deadpulse out of sea on his way to pick up the Canaria chest. And it looks like some spells for his knight. Or Canaria chest. I say Cardia. Dang it.
Pickles making the right play here, going to ice. Solo Ninja, though, going to do this. Or did he bring the party up? No, I think he brought his party up. I take that back.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Gold +3 coming out of that first chest. That's not bad armor even now.
Yeah.
And the Womp of the Rod.
Okay, so on-rack required for key, not required for what's behind key.
At this point, this means Ordeals is going to be the crystal, and the crystal is going to be the cube.
Yep, so full clear game, go.
Seafood party package in the Topher chest says Deadpulse finds the Excalibur rolled down 2.
It's
not
still
optimal.
An X-Cal. Still an X-Cal, though.
It's not as big of a womp as the Rod, but it's still suboptimal. But then again, we also haven't seen many of the other good swords out of this, up or down. So
Vorpal's the best we've seen, and they'll do the job. It's fine, but it's still a Vorpal at the end of the day.
I don't blame him for equipping the X-Cal for sure.
Yeah, that's good for now.
Going down, probably Northwest Castle, check these 3 chests and the 2 spike tiles, trying to find his grind. He has not been into Volcano, has not found those red Ds.
Yep.
As Pickles makes his way into ice and is about to find his key.
Nothing really out of the box. It's wizards on the first spike tile here in Northwest Castle. Not what we're looking for. And an undead pack. It'd be fine for a party, but we're looking for something a little more single target heavy.
Indeed, and even if we're not going into Earth, checking these 3 trap tiles on this floor, not a horrible option. Nothing great on the first one, just some annoying zombies.
Grey Worm, no thanks.
Yeah, he's rediving to go to the 3rd one down, going to the lower room, which allows him to take safe encounters, I believe.
This is another one of those boxes that spike tiles that is free. We find the Agama.
And it is thin.
Wow, less than 233. Deadpulse has found his levels.
No equipment worries. Doesn't seem to have anything horrible right now. Mainly because it only gets 1 chance to attack at this point.
Yeah, and this X-Cow is going to be putting in a heck of a lot of work on this fighter with the plus strength.
As Deadpulse gets his grind on, Pickles is getting into on-rack, checking looks like level 8 magic, and then going to go ahead and dive. Or level 7 magic, pardon me, and finding Temper.
I'm going to pick up Temper on that Black Wizard, and why not? It's, it's fine.
Now that actually is the only slot that he can get with that red wizard as well, so Temper can be on both of his casters.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lucky option, that first slot in Gaia.
Mm-hmm.
Sharks with the Ks, they just have to be that more annoying.
Yeah. You can notice Deadpulse too getting about 7,500 or so from this Agama, and not that much less than Pickles was getting from that Red Dragon. So these levels coming just as fast, if not a little bit faster, with this Agama just being, hit me, please. Just hit me again.
Indeed, that extra womp that was the rod actually providing that little bit more experience off the grind, which is definitely helping.
Yep.
Now, if you were Deadpulse, how far do you take it? Because he's in go mode minus that cube, and he knows the cube has to come out of ordeals. Do you just go to like 37, 38, or do you go all the way up?
I mean, he's probably looking for that 6 hit at least 5. So I could see him taking this into the mid to high 30s, sure. Or 31 right now. I don't think we're going to stop till we get to 36, 37 at least. Just 5 hits. And we're staying. Pickles almost to Kraken floor here.
So he's going to get that 6 hit at 42 if this calculation is correct. But looks like he's bailing out.
Yep, I think he's done. Let's see.
5 hits should have been 31. Diving in to get some white magic on 3 and invis and ruse. That's definitely something to want on your character. So if he doesn't find that ruse stick, he has that option.
Yeah. Gonna make the carry play? No. Not yet.
He is going to pick up that level 2 magic as well. He knows that level 2 white has life. And we have seen many races where having that life cast on the knight has saved the race.
Cure 4 as well. Nothing to, forget as well. As well.
Pickles taking his Kraken fight, getting fast off, getting power bonk off, and a ruse on the red mage just for some survivability.
Fire 2 from Kraken there. Does Fire 2 things. We're going to Lightning 3 swing.
Yeah, power bonk, I believe.
Slow misses. Yep, more bonk. More power. More power.
Now, the big curse would be if the slow comes out and hits, because we know Pickles can, or she has it.
More bonk. We're going to swing now. Test swing incoming. Cure 4 timely. Oh, big swing.
That triple bonk with the Vorpal. Now, Deadpulse is in go mode because he just been blitzed right past the armory. He's not getting that Aegis shield or Opal shield. He's not seeing the red D. He's seeing red, and the red is the death of carry incoming.
Yeah, a lot of HP and levels on this fighter. That's all we really need. That power bonk would have been quite the luxury at this point for him with that fighter with all the power behind it, but we'll see if that adds any kind of advantage to Pickles here. 2 orbs for Pickles, about to be 2 orbs for Deadpulse.
Pickles making the play over to get the chest out of the treasury, gonna find that gold Cheerio and whatnot. As Deadpulse comes in and tries to one-shot, maybe two-shot himself a carry. These chances, that was such an easy fight for Deadpulse in comparison to what it was for Pickles with those level differences.
And it was flip the script. It was the other way around for Kraken as well. Easier for Pickles than Deadpulse. Go figure. We had a
Order of
question in chat
operations.
there from Art of the Troll and a classic gamer. Maple actually answered that, so thank you, Maple.
Deadpulse and Pickles both making the run toward Eels. They both know where the cube is, or at least where the crystal is to get to the cube. And that is the full go mode for both of them.
Yep. Steps behind Pickles and Beer is of Deadpulse right here. So let's see if this Ordeal's maze is any kind of equalizer.
They should have a few casts of warp. It's level 4 black. Both their casters should be able to pack it, so... I say a few casts because their levels have not been that spectacular. At least on the casters. Their melee primaries have been taken pretty high.
Yep, they're in good shape. The mages, they can use a little bit of work.
And that was a super fast. That was a pillar 2 directly to the stairs.
So Pickles, I think, is going to make up a slight bit of time here, depending on these encounters. Yep. Holding hands.
And taking the... Oh, no. Trading that little bit of a lead from the encounter numbers for exploration of chests. And finding the ribbon for Pickles is not unhappy about that.
Second ribbon, Deadpulse blows right past it.
There is the crystal. So equipment-wise, Pickles is actually better equipped with the power bonk, with the second ribbon. So far, the Excal -2 is the big thing that Deadpulse has that Pickles doesn't, and that's only because Pickles hasn't gone to Toflocked yet.
Yeah, and Pickles isn't even going to want it. He has nobody that can make use of it.
Deadpulse making the southbound trip to check in with the witch, and then go sky, sky, sky. At this point, at his pace, he might not even bother checking CC's Gambit. He might just go straight for a fight against the Fiend.
He might. You have 39 minutes. You're in your go mode. You've been in no mode for about 6 minutes or so. You got to feel pretty solid about your routing here, but this is the semifinals game 2. You do not feel comfortable whatsoever.
Knowing that Deadpulse can has wrapped up seeds in under 50 minutes on multiple occasions this event, he is on reasonable pace for him, I would say.
Yep.
And Tickles is not that far behind by any means.
Yeah, Pickles 2 floors behind Deadpulse here. Steak is on the menu right now, though. We're gonna keep taking some fights. We need some levels on these mages.
That is some chonky steak. Well, resistant at least, but not too chonky. Finding a Frosty on the spike tile there before the Q block and just going nope. And finding a loose good eye. So take that.
They had no HP either. Pickle's going to take some fights too on his way up. I don't blame him. He's got the 2 men that he wants to get levels up now. This is fine. Let's go. We got to get a couple charges of magic.
Deadpulse just saying goodbye to that second eye encounter. He is happy with what he's got for what that eye can provide. And there's no CC's Gambit. There is no free forecheck. He is going straight towards that Bridge of Destiny.
Yep.
Would he take a robot chicken?
Yes? Question mark? I mean, I look at Warmech, I just see experience. So, I mean, yes. I'm not
Nachos
scared of
is a
it.
no.
I'm not scared of it with this fighter. I'm not.
And that is a red mage, our last potential pickup, and neither of these racers are going to bother. And out of CC's Gambit chest, we got a Bane Sword +3 and a Pro Ring +4. Pickles picking it up and not being mad about it.
Yep. I just noticed he has that second ribbon just on his empty character. It's Pickles, come on, just put it on the black mage. What are you doing? Unless you're trying to kill it.
I mean, menuing is hard. That, and I have no doubt he's trying to kill it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what magic he has on that red mage. It's got most of the magic, if not all the magic he really cares to need. Deadpulse, while I've been talking, has dealt with the Sky Dragon and is on his way to Topher. Nothing big coming out of that 4-pack as Pickles heads up into the Sky Maze. Deadpool's happy with his equipment, going into Topher at 42.52. Now, we saw some hard-fought fiends early with lower levels, and we saw some really horrible overworld encounters. Thank you for that. What do you think this Topher is going to be like? Hey, it's the good eye on the bad eye style. That's hilarious.
You love to see it at the last possible second. Yeah, very much so, Phoenix. Right eye, wrong tile.
How do you think Topher is going to go for them based off what we've seen so far?
Well, I mean, based off of what you've seen so far, I'd feel moderately okay if I'm Deadpulse. This fighter, with their magic and gear, would just fill me with confidence. I feel very, very comfortable that I could make it through pretty much anything with this fighter in tow. And when the other party members go down, hopefully we're just not going to need them anymore, and we have what we need from them.
Indeed. Hey, we're going to see a Lich all of a sudden. It's Lich 2, but it's a Lich nonetheless.
Oh,
With Vanilla Nuke.
okay.
I guess he was just pissed off that we skipped him.
I suppose so. I mean, you know, he had to do something, and we're going to burn a few resources here, which is not great, but at least we got one of the nukes out of the pool.
We didn't see any on any other encounter, because we haven't seen any other encounter thus far that could have them.
Mm-hmm.
The 4 Fiends, Chaos, and Robot Chicken, Warmech, share their pools, so...
It was 33 heal pots, I think, for Deadpulse, though, after Lich, which, oh god, that's got to feel slightly terrible.
He does have some cure magic on that knight as well as the red mage, but you don't want to have to use up your magic when you don't need to. Nuke out for the black mage, swing with the katana, 446 and 4 hits, and then 3 hits for 84. That was a very thin carry too.
Yeah, that's going to make up for the loss of heal pots on Lich by not having to spend any on carry.
But of course, we are on to the Water 4. We are on to Kraken 2. Well, if he makes it. We never know. He might not make it. Those waters hit pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
As he is making his way down to the Kraken fight, Pickles making a quick stop in Crescent, has killed the Dragon Queen in the future, and is about to get to the pass once he's got all the magic he wants for it. Picking up Wall. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, okay. $61, $62, $60. All right, having more than 50 heal pots pre-Kraken is fine. If I had less than 50, I'd feel a little uncomfortable as well. But this is okay if we can get through this fight.
Interesting enough, that's swing, fast, and cast. There is no evasion stacking, so this is just using that evasion on that ninja to avoid that first punch.
Yeah, we just got to go fast here. We can't waste our time by buffing. That's not why we're here.
Well, Kraken doing its thing, finding the one white caster character and doing 777 damage to it before getting slain by the big beefy boy.
Mm-hmm. Still 3 shots of life on that knight as well, going into the Tia floor.
Now, would you put that Vorpal onto onto the knight when you get into chaos, or would you stick with that Vorpal on the ninja and the katana or the Excal on the knight?
I'm probably gonna want the crits that Vorpal has on chaos. So I mean, I don't know. With 2 melees, I mean, that thief's gonna go down pretty quick. I'd probably move it. Yeah, I probably would.
Fast out on the fighter and the ninja, and then a punch from Tia to take out that red mage again. Nuke. That was the last nuke cast from Pulse. For Deadpulse's Black Mage, and then swing again. Tia is not going down easy.
Mm-hmm.
6 hits for 500 damage and stay alive. There's another 599 that did. So that is all 4 of the Fiend fights done for Deadpulse. He is on his way to Kraken or to Chaos's floor as Pickles is checking the validation chests of all things.
Yeah.
Not finding much. Care to commentate us through this fight?
Sure, I got that. Yep, Deadpulse moving that Vorpal like we thought he would. It just makes all the sense in the world. We're gonna bring up the Red Mage. We're gonna cure for the Red Mage. We're gonna bring everybody up to full health. We had 63 heal pots after Lich. We have 48 heal pots left. The rest of Temple of Fiends was kind. All right, we're gonna wait. We're gonna invis. We're gonna ruse, and we're gonna burn one of our fats. Fast goes off. Good turn order. Punch onto Toby, no hit there. Ruse goes off. Invis 2, 3 stacks of evasion on that knight. 1 more round of that, and we're going to start swinging. More Invis. We're going to swing, and we're going to wait. Test swing, 6 hits, 209. Okay. More Invis, more swing. 6 hits, 209. Interesting. Punch to that. Black Mage is down. Invis 2 goes off again. We're going to wait. We're going to Invis. We're going to swing. 6 hits, 209. Okay. 7 hits, 139. Any kind of crit loop with 3 characters up is now broken. We're still missing on this ninja. 7 hits, 137. This knight just likes doing the same damage. 9 hits, 203. It's around 1,000 damage or so into chaos. 10 hits, 155. Vorpal is doing Vorpal things. We're going to wait, swing. This chaos does not seem long for this world. Another swing from that Vorpal. 10 hits, 277. 7 hits, 342. There's a couple crits. Chaos missing again. Wait, swing. 9 hits, 251. Down goes Chaos. Get your GGs out in chat for Deadpulse, finishing first on stream with a racetime.gg time of 49:52. GGs.
What a marathon fight there. Thankfully, that dodge tank Toby staying up, Chaos not loading up with nukes and nuclears, just trying to punch out.
That was a pretty kind Chaos.
Well, Chaos down for Deadpulse. Pickles is on carry 2, survived with enough bodies after that nuke from Lich. Doing 10 hits for 1,100 damage. That power bonk on that ninja with the Vorpal is doing the work. Not the big beefy boy, but definitely doing all the damage needed. And we are joined in the booth by Deadpulse. GG.
Hello, friends. Thank you.
GG's, bud.
Luffy, what a terrible siege. Shame on you.
It was maybe like the 20-minute mark when I said I feel just moderately bad about this, but not really. So, I mean, you guys persevered. You made it work, but that was a little bit of a struggle early game. That was rough.
I'm like, oh, look at this. Hi, puppies. Wham. All right, cool. I'll go play with the fishies. Also wham.
Yeah, that didn't feel great. I'm sure something else in the ghosts or something, the geist or whatever had poison as well. It was everywhere. I felt real bad at that point. But GG's, man. That was a really great race. One very clean. Party selection question. Night always the plan with those blessings.
As long as the knight has something that's decent and not completely derogatory, then yeah, you have to take the knight. That might have been the difference here, getting that XCal -2 early.
Mhm.
It's not the best sword, but it's going to power you through pretty much everything. So yeah, once I found that XCal is just, nope, I don't need anything else. I have Cure 4, I've got Life, I've got Ruse, I've got Exit. I need to find some sort of grind, I need to go.
Yeah, that Agama was pretty much right there for you on Earth 1, which was really nice. And they only had, I don't know, somewhere south of like 220 HP. So that was a
Yeah.
pretty easy fight for you. Pickles took the Red Dragons in Volcano, took this ninja to the moon. A little more evasive, those dragons tend to be. So he was getting more XP per fight, but not quite at the speed you were able to with that Agama.
Did he end up finding a katana at all?
Nope, Vorpal for the win right now.
Heck.
The big things he found were he did stop in Volcano Armory. He picked up the power bonk in the first chest, as well as an Aegis shield and an Opal shield that he couldn't really use.
Yep. And you blew past the second ribbon in Ordeals as well. That was free. Yeah.
Why? I'm so ashamed.
We saw a lot of your strategic, like, I'm not going to open any more boxes. You can tell when you're running, when you're done, and you're just going. So it was a very impressive run tonight.
Yeah, I had it felt so bad at the beginning. Just wiping, and like one of the things that I've been trying to work on is making sure that I save, making sure that I don't take those runs for granted. And I failed like 3 times in the first 4 minutes. I'm like, all right, stop, calm down. You're probably behind right now, but just play a clean game. You're good.
I'm not going to spoil the watch back when you watch this back, but you'll see a lot of the same for a little while. Pickles putting that Vorpal to work there, that ninja doing the damage. Get your GGs out in chat for Pickles and Beer, finishing second place on stream with a race time.gg time of 54:07. GG's Pickles.
Welcome to Booth Pickles. GG on the race.
Thank you, GG Deadpulse.
Hey, GG's.
Am I glad that I get a break? We're totally burned out, but you know.
That is the nice thing about being this late, is like, all right, well, if I win, cool, I'll keep going. But if I don't, you know, I can spend some time with my family.
Yeah, this is the only the third seed I've ran since last round. Like I'm just I'm done.
Pickles,
do you have anything to say to Luffy about the seed?
I was going to say I'm sorry, Pickles.
Yeah, the early part. Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
I mean, it was rough. It was rough. I know you guys were feeling it. Everywhere it seemed there was danger. But you persevered. You made it work. A testament to both of your guys' skill sets. It's why you are racing where you are racing. But I am sorry.
You did miss the nuke Caribs, though. I don't think you encountered those.
I did not. I'm not sure that I really was on that river system at all.
Yeah, there was the damage poison Caribs. Then I think you saw the damage poison out of like the Geist or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And then carry, and then that's when I felt bad.
Yeah, that carry fight, if I wiped at carry, I was done. Like, I'm just gonna check every box and find every single piece of good gear and grind to 50.
I thought the same thing about my Kraken fight.
That was an interesting situation because you both went to each dive alternating at level, so both of you had a hard fight with that first fiend and then just steamrolled the second.
Yeah, it was a trade-off. Pickles with carry with the struggle, and then destroyed Kraken, and Deadpulse struggle with Kraken, destroys carry. It was funny within a few minutes of each other again because you guys were holding hands quite a bit. Pickles, do want to ask you though, party selection. You had it spiced up there for a little bit with the 2-man, the pivot to the 3-man there with the Black Mage. What was your thought process?
Um, I was with the ninja not having promo spells. I did not want to get locked out of Saber or Temper
Mm-hmm.
in case I didn't find the power bonk, but of course I did. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I never found the power bomb.
it was right there.
It always is.
Yeah, there was a few free things that Deadpulse missed, but at the end of the day, night go boom.
Yeah, I saw that. Like when I saw the load out of gear that came for the night, like that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I checked more boxes. I should have just trusted the if I wanted a ruse item, and of course I also goofed on level 4 or 3 and got ruse instead of invis 2 on my red mage. I'm like, crap. But
Mm,
should have just had faith in the wood set ninja with the wall cast.
Definitely got the damage done late. When you had that power bonk, you were able to rip off 10, 11 hits for over 1,000 damage. That definitely made up for the lack of raw strength.
mhm.
Yeah, he's putting in some good work. Couple power bonks and a fast was doing some pretty good work in Topher.
It was interesting when you went for your grind and you went ahead and took that wood armor off just to make sure it was a little more survivable.
Yeah. The thing even with all the other armor that I put on, one of those crits was for 190 something. I'm like, well, that's probably ought to just put the wood armor back on, but I wanted to have the ribbon on.
Yeah, it's safer that way. I think when you're taking your levels, that makes a lot of sense. So, Fabian, my partner tonight in the booth. Any other questions for our runners here before we start getting some final thoughts and tournament, thoughts and all that kind of stuff from our 2 great semifinalists here tonight?
Honestly, I don't think there's any questions I have left to ask, mainly because I'm always taken aback at how fast and how well the runs go, one way or the other. So I'm just going to say GG for both of you, and well played, Deadpulse, getting the win. Pickles, get some rest. Everyone needs
Yeah,
it.
Dead Pulse gets his SGL revenge.
This was my plan all along. Only reason why I joined the tournament was in the hopes that I could take on Pickles and Beer and avenge myself.
Deadpulse with the long game right here. So with that, let's get some final thoughts from Pickles. I know you're tired. A great competitor, semifinalist. Great performance this tournament. Well fought. Any thoughts on the seed, the tournament in general? Anything going on?
Tournament's been a lot of fun. Thanks to everyone who did the re-stream tonight and all the winter tournament organizers. It's been a lot of fun. Even though I am on Team Swiss for seeding, I do admit that burnout can be real especially as you get deeper in.
Mm-hmm.
But Team Swiss.
All right, our first place finisher tonight, our first finalist of the Winter Tournament 2023 Chaos's Winter Carnival, Deadpulse. Final thoughts.
This was a lot of fun. Pickles, of course, always an honor to race you. I hope we get to do more again in the future, just not in the next 6 months. Thank you, everyone, putting us on, watching, doing the restream. Demon, Thavian, Luffy, Wildham, everybody involved. Thanks a bunch. We're almost at the finish line. Just keep strong. finals are going to be coming up next week, and I'm looking to put that away 3-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here tonight. Deadpulse throwing down the gauntlet. A well-round tournament, great race tonight. Been on fire for the last several weeks, so very well played. Davian, any final thoughts from you tonight, my friend?
I'm just gonna repeat what Demon Frog just posted in the chat about his race versus ADR tomorrow, 6:30 Eastern. Otherwise, I got nothing left.
Yeah, shout out to our restreamer tonight, Demon Frog, one of the other semifinalists, racing, like he said, tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. on our Final Fantasy Randomizer Prime channel. So come check it out; it'll be a lot of fun. Thank you, Wildham, as well, for pushing the buttons and clicking things and keeping us straight in chat. We really do appreciate you doing that for us tonight. Thank you to the fans who came out for a great game 2 tonight, and thank you to RPG Limit Break for allowing us to borrow the channel and get this great race out there for everybody to see. So with that, I'm going to hand them back their channel. We're going to go on and get out of here. Thank you to both our runners. So everybody out there watching, ciao and chillax, everybody. Final Fantasy Randomizer fam, we gone.